it's a massive thing to be able to handle communications in language preferred by the customers. It's same as anything. The more you can make the experience better for the customer, the better it will be. Eyaana, that can all be translated back into one universal language, let's say English, so that the operators will be able to, be very clear on what the message is coming across, no matter what language they're communicating in through the AI.
See our Eyaana solution, there is a lots of places AI is working, but that's not like a chat. There is internally it is working. But how ChatGPT or the OpenAI bring it actually to the people, that you can actually do the conversation with these things. So they make the whole solution a simplified version. So our people are actually adopting that part.
Welcome to the AIFirst podcast. In today's episode, we'll be continuing a conversation with Mr. John Bush and Mr. Rajib Roy. We'll be looking at Eyaana from the perspective of an investor and try and understand how it will fit into the ecosystem of UAE. John, you've been in Dubai for the past 15 years now. And how do you see Dubai adapting to technology? How do you see the kind of adoption in Dubai for AI?
Speaking about Dubai, I guess, is the easiest way to talk about where we are. It's definitely right at the forefront, I think, of being advanced but being accepted or accepting technology and being able to incorporate it into day-to-day life. And sometimes, living here, we take it for granted a little bit as to how much not just the authorities here have embraced it and incorporated technology into making all of our lives easier, making the country flow a lot better. But it's also enabled some very talented developers and programmers and things to come into the UAE or the GCC and be able to work on things to improve stuff. When I go back to other parts of Europe, I'm amazed at how far behind they are compared to Dubai. I think being able to continue to get things much more automated here, making life a lot smoother and easier for people is something that that the government is looking at all the time. So yeah, I think we laugh sometimes when we go to different parts of the world and we're so used to being able to have the car filled up at home and food delivered and things like this, and that's AI. I think as AI gets developed, it will with smart homes and things like that, I think Dubai will be at the forefront of incorporating smart homes into AI technology, where things like your shopping and stuff like that, you're never going to be short of milk again or something like that, because it will all get incorporated into this the technology that we have within the country.
And you spoke about Dubai being a very good environment for talent, innovative talent. Speaking about innovative talent, Mr. Rajib, how have you been, how has the environment been for you? And you are a CEO of a tech company as well. So how has the environment been in Dubai for you?
Dubai is very advanced country. It means UAE is very advanced country, so they are adopting the new technology is very quickly. Even if you see actually in 2020 and 2021 when the metaverse actually came, when Facebook actually launched this thing, the Dubai is actually the one of the earliest adopter actually. So they made lots of things, lots of innovative things they have already done. In AI actually, when it comes, you can see that new business categories come up with AI category, and there is a one campus in a DIFC. You can see that a whole campus actually for the AI campus. All the AI company can open their business there. They actually launch a lots of investment opportunity for the AI companies, and so they are adopting a new technology very quickly. So that is actually the one of the good part for us. So what happened whenever government actually adopting a new technology, the other companies they are also trying to adopt those things, and those companies where they are going, they are coming to us. They are asking that how they can actually use the AI, use the new technology, and we are actually supporting this thing. So this is actually very good environment, good area for the business, especially in terms of the new technology and other part. And regarding the talent people, so Dubai is actually the hub of the whole world. Actually, you can see 169 national people actually stay here, and we can see actually lots of talented people in the different parts of the world is coming there, and they are always eager to do something new thing, and it's a good place for that.
Mm-hmm. Uh, you touched on the point that Dubai is very diverse. There are
Mhm.
different nationalities living here and different cultures over here. Uh, Eyaana is able to speak in nearly all the languages out there.
Mhm.
How important do you think this aspect of the solution is going to be for any kind of business, maybe lean businesses who don't have the resources to get all kinds of language speakers? Maybe they can't get a Russian and a French and an Hindi speaker, all of these people, but with Eyaana you can do this. So what are your thoughts on that?
Okay, so yeah, it's a massive thing to be able to have be or handle communications in the language preferred by the customers. It's same as anything. The more you can make the experience better for the customer, the better it will be. So, in terms of a global platform or something that can be incorporated into global platforms, and at the moment, some of the bigger organizations around the world will have they'll have call centers in various places around the world, but they're unable to really be able to communicate, I think, sometimes effectively, which then results in frustration for the customer, all these sorts of things. But because then it retranslates back to the human end of the business, the corporation that's using Eyaana, that can all be translated back into one universal language, let's say English, so that the operators will be able to, be very clear on what the message is coming across, no matter what language they're communicating in through the AI.
And Mr. Rajib, from understanding all these diverse cultures, understanding these different languages, uh, do you think it removes sort of a burden to hire multiple resources for the same kind of trivial things?
No, definitely, because if you just think about the customer support, yeah, and especially if you think for the UAE, I told you that 169 national people actually lives there, so there is a lots of languages there. So to provide the support to every people, you need a huge amount of manpower in your office, right? Only for the language you are hiring this kind of manpower. Only for the language, but technically they are not that much sound. Everyone, maybe few people are very sound, but other people are not. Yeah, so why you actually hiring all those people? You don't need it. You need actually the technically sound people who can actually support the customer, and language barrier can be actually handled by the Eyaana or AI solution. Yeah, so that's actually the ultimate goal. That should be.
Uh, Gentlemen, we have been speaking a lot about AI and its impact on sales, customer support. Do you think it can do kind of predictive sales, wherein the AI, from all the metrics that it has about a certain individual, it can kind of tell you, yeah, maybe this guy needs this. You can go and pitch this to this person, or it can go and pitch it by itself. So, do you think this kind of predictive sales
Mhm.
can be done by a solution like Eyaana?
No, that is definitely, and that's the why we said actually that our deal or the CRM solution is based on fully on the predictive thing. So how it is working? So based on the conversation with you and your customer, and it understand that okay how to deal with a customer, and what will be the activity next the salesman need to do to close the deal. So it will understand from all of your previous information, and then whenever a new customer will come, it will actually check this thing, and it will also guide you what the next thing you need to do. Suppose you are not actually messaging your customer for a long time, and the customer actually may be looking for some things. So the solution automatically find out, okay, you need to actually send a message this thing, and what kind of message you need to send. It will also draft that message to you, which will be actually more salesy and goes with your personality, and also try to close the deal. Yeah,
Mhm.
this is actually one case, But also you know that okay, in the CRM system we are counting that okay, what will be my sales actually this month based on the weighted average value, right?
Mm-hmm.
So every pipeline we are giving a 10%, 20% value, and then we are counting that okay, this month maybe I will close this amount of deal, and everyone knows that okay, this is not a true thing, and end of the month we see that okay, this is not happening.
Mm-hmm.
So why that number? Instead of that thing, what we are doing with the AI will actually check the whole conversation with the customer. Maybe you two customer in the same stage. Means you send a proposal in the two customer, but the conversation between one customer is actually very good. They are very much positive, but the other conversation is not good. They just ask you actually the to send a proposal, you send it, but those both are not actually weight the same value, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one can be closed faster, one may not be closed. So our AI can understand that thing, and based on that, it will actually give you that what amount of sale you can do actually this month or the next month. So that kind of predictive is definitely possible, but definitely it's not possible for a far away. Suppose if you are think for the after few years what is going to be happen, that is not possible. But in a recent month or recent year is possible.
Mm-hmm. And we've spoken a lot about Eyaana in terms of sales,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of customer support.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, from the perspective of the CEO and from the perspective of a key investor, do you guys think it can go into other sort of domains like HR domains or operations? Maybe Eyaana can expand into this, or it's going to be only for sales and customer support?
Yeah, I think absolutely. It's as an internal, company internal solution. It's definitely there. As Rajiv said, sometimes you always have whatever organization you're running. You have a turnaround of staff, and they have to bring themselves up to speed, and
Mm-hmm.
you know. So particularly in a larger organization and multinational organization as well, handling things, and sometimes people don't always want to talk to people. They feel more comfortable in certain aspects talking to something that is like, it's the reason why people go to the libraries in the old days and look for information. So yeah, I think it can definitely be incorporated into pretty much anything, anything that we do as humans. AI can be incorporated into it, but particularly into the workplace. Things like HR, things like being able to have a confidential resource that employees can go to
Mm-hmm.
to be able to get the information they need very quickly. I think will be a big thing for AI.
But if you think actually that the business world, right? Any business, there is a two part is very common. One is actually the business need to sales and business need to provide a customer support, except the NGO or some other organization, right? So so that's the Eyaana actually working. Eyaana is working on the sales. Eyaana is working on the customer support. This is the two part. So what category business, it doesn't matter. The way we actually build our Eyaana, it can go for any category of the business. Anyone can adopt it on these two part. That what actually the John said, we are also working on the some other part that is actually in future it will come up, that how other part we can actually integrate on the same solution. But these two basic part every company can work. And what we are also working on, so any category will not be missed. Suppose you want to book a plane ticket or something, and you can use the Eyaana actually also for that. You are in a hospital, you can use the Eyaana for the doctor booking. So all those part actually we are trying to use our Eyaana solution.
So you are saying, in sort of a way, you are kind of handling majority of the operations in the company
Mm-hmm.
through the different tasks,
Mm-hmm.
like appointment booking, like maybe invoicing, these kind of things. You are
Mm-hmm.
trying and covering all these aspects for now, but your focus is right now on just two things.
We are covering all those aspects, but look, we are not saying that okay, we are the appointment booking solution, right? For the appointment booking, so they have their own solution actually is there already, is they existing. What Eyaana is doing as a salesperson or the customer support person, take the information from the customer and actually pass to their appointment booking solution or the ticket booking solution. So that in the middle, that part actually Eyaana is doing.
We've discussed in our previous episode about future proofing with AI.
Mhm.
Can you share any incidents that happened with you wherein you thought, because we took this technology, because we adopted quickly, we were able to do much better than we would have if we had not taken this particular technology? Any kind of incidents you can share? Anything comes to mind?
I'm sorry. So the AI technology adoption, the issue is
I mean, any kind of technology in
Mhm.
general. I'm just asking you, uh, any technology that you guys adopted in any of your businesses, wherein you realized later down the years that doing this was the right step, and had you not taken this technology and incorporated it, it would have been much worse.
Doing the right thing, we have done lots of adoption. Yeah, as a technical company, we are adopting new technology you can say every year we are adopting new technology. We can say that, okay, what was our worst adoption? Actually, one is the metaverse.
Mm-hmm.
So we are not ready actually for that. But it was actually came when the Facebook actually launched, they renamed their company name to a Meta. Our company was adopting it. We developed lots of metaverse environment. But whenever we launch it, we feel that, okay, customer are not ready to actually adopt it.
Mm-hmm.
If you bring a solution which customer not ready, there will be no success on this. Whatever you have done, it's not possible. But what happened to AI? Whenever ChatGPT actually bring the AI in a normal chatting format, so then immediately people start believing that this is something different. But it is not always the chat, right? So if you see our Eyaana solution, there is a lots of places AI is working, but that's not like a chat. There is internally it is working. But how chat GPT or the OpenAI bring it actually to the people, you can actually do the conversation with these things. So they make the whole solution a simplified version. So our people are actually adopting that part. So that's the easy way of the adoption. So that's actually happened in the metaverse. It is not adopted by the user because you need a glass and lots of things, and people has a headache, other issues coming up. So people are not adopting, but AI is going to be, and we have observed it actually that, okay, how it is actually changing the world, and we want to actually bring that change actually in the business world.
Mr. John, as an investor, how would you describe Eyaana to our audience?
Well, Eyaana, like I say, it's a solution. I'm going to say a sales business, but any business where you need to um, move product, let's say. Every business is effectively the same, no matter what it is. And the one thing that determines success, ultimate long-term success, from not surviving. There's so many different factors, financial financial things you can't control. But one thing that the more you can control numbers and data, the more chance you have of being successful. So if there's you're working consistent numbers, you're having a consistent message. At the end of a period, whether it be a quarter, a year, or whenever, you can look back at the data, look at the numbers of people you've communicated with. You know that the message is pretty much consistent. It can be adapted, as we said earlier, so that the actual the tonality of what we say can be slightly altered, but the message is clear, and you're prepared. So if there is a downturn economically around the world or something like that, you have the data because it's very much consistent. Sometimes, and I say I'd never take the human element out of the sales process, but every salesperson is so different. Say you can never control what's going on in the environment outside of their work situation. So many elements can affect how they feel that day. So when you look back at the data, you go, and also people change over a period of time. Their enthusiasm sometimes wanes and things like that. So an automated, let's say not automated, but a system that can adapt but be more consistent, sort of gives you a much better especially if you're a small business now, a much better chance of being successful or being able to analyze your performances and adapt so that going forward you can make sure that you're doing the right thing and investing into the right areas.
The name of the show is AI First Podcast. What is your vision of a AI first world?
Oh, crikey. I think, if I look at it from a consumer's point of view rather than an investor's point of view, that's the only reason I would invest in something is because it would never be like a financial gain. It wouldn't be for the financial reasons. It would be for something that I can see has real potential in making, my life as a consumer better. So I think as Eyaana as a product can definitely do that. If I need to get an answer at 11 o'clock at night or something, and I can contact the company that I'm having the issue with and get a solution there and then on the spot, even if it's not the final solution, but it makes me feel a little bit more valued as a customer rather than just a chat bot that doesn't really do anything, just keeps throwing me press 1, press 2, press 3. Being able to sort of communicate with a system that almost understands what you're trying to resolve. That's how I see Eyaana developing over the next 6 months to a year and becoming a lot more intelligent, a lot more personal. So yeah, that's how I see Eyaana really sort of helping me.
So AI first world would be to you wherein it's 24/7 customer support is available, and there is no delays in response times. And this is all that we hope to deliver with Eyaana.
Definitely.
And thank you everyone for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode. Keep innovating.